My name is Graham Christensen, and I represent the Nebraska Farmers Union. And I'm here today to let everybody know that the Nebraska Farmers Union stands hand in hand with the landowners affected on the Kalamazoo River with the spill 2 years ago, with the Enbridge spill 2 years ago. As I continue to get reports across the state of irrigation wells drying up in the midst of our country's largest overall by-area drought and largest regional drought since the 1950s, and from the experience of seeing my own crop start to show the strains of this drought as well, I am reminded once again about how important our water is. While we can take measures such as creating more energy opportunities that are renewable, ultimately we still do remain at the will of Mother Nature. However, the spill in Kalamazoo River in Michigan 2 years ago is an example of water contamination that could have been prevented if proper measures would have been taken. Both the National Transportation Safety Board and the Nebraska Department of Environmental Quality have raised red flags. Enbridge did not have those safeguards in place that would protect the U.S. landowners. Other red flags that have been raised based on this devastating event brings up who owns the liability when the pipeline leaks. And let's be clear, all pipelines at some point leak. Enbridge wanted it on the landowners and the rural communities of that area. TransCanada has been pushing for the same. TransCanada can say anything it wants, but we know if the Keystone XL were to leak, the only things that can cover a landowner's liability is a contract they have signed and negotiated with TransCanada or an oil pipeline company or state laws. That's why we can encourage landowners to continue to work together and to work together at an accelerated pace under organizations such as NEAT to share information that will benefit all landowners dealing with this project and any future projects, pipeline projects, in particularly oil pipeline projects yet to come. As we are now hearing of Tarsands pipelines being proposed in other areas of the country as well. This kind of organization is very important since the state of Nebraska has so far failed to protect those in the line of fire, just like the hundreds that were affected 2 years ago on the muddy banks of the Kalamazoo. With that in mind, I encourage everybody to keep working together and keep working hard to protect our individual rights. As this battle is not only about your land, it is about the hundreds of other landowners and their landowner rights as Tarsands pipelines are proposed in other areas of our state and of the country. In closing, I just want to let everybody know that this little blue book, this contains pictures of other folks on waterways across the state. Because the route is not yet out of the aquifer, many of these routes are still subject to contamination. And this little blue booklet right here is going to serve as a reminder to the governor and to others as well that we still have a duty to do, and that's stick with protecting the aquifer, the Sandhills region, and the people of these communities in Nebraska. Thank you.